I want to talk about every climber's favorite subject for a minute here, and that's downgrading. You've got, some downgrades under your belt. Bibliography comes to mind. Alex Magos recently was on Sleeping Lion, suggested a downgrade. Why do you think this kind of spate of downgrades is happening right now?
One of the things that I noticed when I was trying Excalibur is that when and Erebor, for example, the difference was that when I was trying Erebor, I was just by myself, trying just by me all the moves, all the betas, and figuring out all the possibilities. While on Excalibur, I was with Adam and with Bozy, so in both cases, like finding the beta was not easy, but it took me like more time on Erebor than on Excalibur because it was just by myself. So like when you're trying something by yourself, you cannot see the whole picture. You have your own style. Sometimes you focus on a move that seems the easiest way, but maybe it's the easiest just because you tried it a lot just that way. So I think like it happened on bibliography to downgrade it because Alex found this beta, then I found another beta. It is almost always about the new betas. Also on Erebor, Adam found another beta, and so I think the secret for the future to avoid to give like different grades is just to I think to share the routes. So have open projects, try together with other people, and so the grade could adjust itself even before the first ascent, as it happened on Excalibur. Excalibur, maybe if I was just by myself, I couldn't find maybe the best betas. Maybe I would send it maybe a few months later than I sent last year, and maybe it could seem like 9C, and then someone else could come and downgrade it to 9 plus. The fact that I was there with Adam and Will, we found the perfect beta for everything, and like it was put up as 9B plus. And in this case, I don't think it would be downgraded, not because I climbed it and I give the grade, but because the grade was already adjusted, and like many climbers were already agreeing with the grade. So I think it won't be possible. Maybe it could be possible that someone else can find another beta, but it was less probable because we already were 3 or 4 climbing on it.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. As you're working it together, it's essentially you're working out the potential for having beta that was unknown. I'm curious how that translates to silence because you're already doing the crux a little bit different than Adam. You found some beta that works better for you with the crimps out to kind of to the right of the toe jam there. Is there potential for a Stefano downgrade of silence?
No, I don't think so. I think I already tried it a lot, and from my side, I think it could be like it is for sure 9Cs because it felt harder than anything else that I tried and then I did. It could be possible that someone else can come and find another beta like Pete Whitaker that can like cruise the crack part and maybe can downgrade it. But for sure, from my side, I think I struggle a lot more than anything else. So it is not comparable to any other 9B plus that I climb. So it is at least 9C.
At least 9C. So on the other side of the coin, is it possible that it's harder than 9C? All right, y'all, just a quick break here to talk about my training and how I have been tracking it lately. And that is by using this Koros watch. I'm using it to track my heart rate, my HRV, sleep, recovery, and just overall training load. And I'm loving it. It's called the Koros Apex 2. And you've probably seen loads of climbers using it, from Tommy Caldwell to Sasha DeJulian to Stefano Ghisolfi. And that is because it is the best damn fitness tracker when it comes to climbing specific training. It'll auto detect the pitches that you're climbing in the gym or out on rock. I love that feature. And you can program all sorts of workouts in there, including, by the way, hangboard workouts. So cool. Look, if you like to geek out over your training and if you're busy like I am, this watch will totally change how you train. I love all the features on here. You can learn all about them at Koros.com. And by the way, you can score yourself a free watch band with the purchase of one of these Apex 2 Pros by using code STRUGGLE. Check it out, and let's get back to this chat.
I don't know. It's hard to say because I haven't tried any of the other 9C. I'd like to try Project Big or DNA for sure, also to compare. And I don't know which one is harder. So yeah, it could be anything. Maybe Adam gave it 9C and it was just the next level, or maybe there's a grade between silence and actual 9C. I don't know. It could be anything, but I think it could say 9C because also for this kind of grades, when you give like a grade between 9B plus and 9C, I think the difference is has to be like more. It has to be bigger than from 9B to 9B plus, and even bigger than 9A plus to 9B. So when you go like higher in the grades, like the difference has to be much bigger. So it could be like a 9C or a hard 9C.
Yeah, speaking of Big, formerly Project Big, now just Big, I think it
Yeah.
is, right? When Jakob put it up, have you been on that? Have you messed around with that one?
No, no, I was too focused on silence that I haven't tried it, and I kind of regret it because being there with Jakob that I was trying would be fun to try with him. But then at the same time, in that moment that Jakob was there, I was having the most progress on silence, so I didn't want to lose and waste some energy to try Project Big that I knew that I didn't want to project in anytime soon. So for the moment, I just focus on silence. Maybe in the future, I could jump on Project Big, on BIG actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, it'll be exciting to see that. Maybe you'll just tick them off in short order here in August after the Olympics wrap up. Yeah, when I spoke with Adam recently, he said that the Crux One on silence was the hardest boulder problem he's ever done. Of course, he said it was about 20 moves, so he didn't know if you could actually call it a boulder problem. But he also noted that you do it differently. I think you go with the right foot into the toe jam.
Foot because it's easier to go because I can push me with my left foot to adjust a bit more the right foot, which is a bit easier for me. And then I go with the right foot so that I can, when I twist upside down, when I go back in a normal position, I can use some creams that Adam wasn't using. He was going all the way up to his foot. He was even grabbing his foot at some points, and I used some creams on the right that are small. They are small, but they're for me is better. And so like the crux is basically the same. I just switch my foot and use some creams to go around. But I think the hardest part is just before that part. Going to put the foot in the crack is the hardest part.